Hey guys, welcome back. This will be the final game for today. This is the all or nothing €1,000 grand prize, and the finals will be between Curse.EU and Eloblade. What am I even trying to do? There's not 3 teams. So Oriana, Lee Sin, Sona will be the first couple banned from Curse, and then Zilean, Ezreal, Cho'Gath from Eloblade. Wow, why is it so difficult for me to understand? So, Oriana is super strong because they know that Freelon Lord's Oriana was just messing them up hardcore. Rengar was actually not banned this game. This will be the first time we're actually seeing Rengar in the tournament. And as I've been just talking about all tournament, it was just like, Rengar's so strong, Rengar's so strong. But now we get to see him in action. It was actually Anguish I was actually thinking of when I was thinking of Rengar, because I saw him play Rengar a lot in the last tournament before he had the heart fix, and he was doing super well with him. It will probably be Alex if he's going to go ahead and go top lane again, so that would be super interesting. Lee Sin has been banned. That will probably be targeted because we haven't seen anything really specific in these last games where Lee Sin has been that real terror. I guess they were trying to leave out that Rengar so they could actually potentially pick that one up as well. Ezreal, of course, will be banned out along with Sana because they are the 2 top picks right now for the AD carry and support roles. Zilean, also very interesting ban out. I guess they're just trying to stop that Jax pick as well. By banning Zilean, you're basically banning Jax as well, especially in this composition that they were trying to run. It's just like, well, okay, we'll take apart one of the components. It's a bit like Nocturne Ashe. It's a bit like, what's the other one? I'll think about it later, it's fine. So Ezreal as well, yeah, we talked about that. And then Cho'Gath we saw. Meluna was super strong. So Taric and Graves, okay, potentially the Irelia, but we won't comment on that just yet. Nunu will be picked up, regarded as one of the strongest picks at the moment, which is super versatile, can go top, mid, support, or jungle. Probably not AD carry, I wouldn't count him as an AD carry. But Shen as well, also super strong, got the global presence, got the jungle role as well. If he's in the jungle, he can teleport all over the map when he's got that level 6, not bleeding any XP because he's all over the place anyway. And it will mean he will hit level 6 later, but it also means you're not leaving a lane exposed. Of course, you can have your jungle and you can also combine with another jungler gank, so you can have like a 4-man gank or even a 5-man gank very early on into the game, which, needless to say, is not a good thing. Well, for the enemy that is, it's good for your team. Generally, when you're committing 5 people to a gank, that being said, you're committing a lot of time and a lot of resources. That's something to keep in mind. A 5-man gank may actually mean that you are getting a secure 2 kills. That also means that you're losing basically a lot of the farm from top, a lot of the farm from mid, also the bots are also exposed. So that basically means, what can you do? You need to get those kills and you're committing. And even then, it may not even be worth it because they may pick an objective somewhere else on the map. So that's something just to keep in mind. So yeah, Irelia will be indeed picked up along with the Udyr. Irelia is super strong at the moment. When she gets rolling, Irelia is just an unstoppable juggernaut. Early game, Irelia can kind of be shut down. It kind of depends as well. But Irelia is always going to be a super strong pick. And I believe Morale was actually saying on the thread I was reading, we will never make a champion with gap closer and true damage again. And this is kind of like why, because, you know, obviously the Irelia. Teemo being picked out again, and to see the chat going wild. Yeah. Again, I'm not going to comment on it, because if Teemo does well, then I'm going to look like an idiot. But honestly, again, it's very situation. I think he did so well in that game. He just snowballed like a king when he got those 2 kills at the start. Even from the first kill, he had the double buff, and then he snowballed it straight into that second kill onto Ahri. So, yeah, snowballing it like a king. All there is to say on that one. Anivia being picked up by actually Freelon Lord. Interesting. Have not seen Anivia for quite a long time actually. Anivia is one of these really high skill cap champions, a lot like Oriana. And yeah, Anivia has that range against the Teemo, so maybe they're looking to try and kite the Teemo as much as possible. That could work quite well, actually. I'm trying to think about any sort of... If Teemo, early game, he can juke around the Flash Frost, but it just relies on a good Crystallize from Anivia to try and work around Teemo's mobility. But again, it would be very difficult, because generally, you're trying to guide someone to the side of the Crystallize, but if Teemo has such high mobility, he can walk in the opposite direction to which he's thinking he's going to walk, unless he pins him against a wall, in which case he's forced to go in a particular route. So again, that's really skill-based mid. And Rengar I'm very interested in seeing as well. Honestly, I would like to take a look at Alex Lich's rune page, that being on the Rengar. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Runes would be Galio Mordekaiser, which would be 12 magic resist, 15 ability power, 13 armor, and 8.5 magic penetration. Wait a minute. These are either the wrong masteries, or this guy's going AP Rengar. Damn. We have 21 and 9, okay, going straight through the AP. Okay, let's just name the page what it is. Yeah, okay. this is the thing. AP Rengar is still viable, but it's kind of like they reduced the ratios. Okay, it's like 0.8 now instead of 1-to-1. You have you have the double cast on the W when you have the Frosty stacks. It's a lot of damage. Again, it's probably even more gimmicky than the Teemo, dude. Like, wow, this is kind of a crazy matchup. And maybe he might swap out and say, okay, I got the wrong rune pages, but this will be super, super funny to watch. When Rengar gets off the ground, he will give your entire team. It's super, super scary. But anyway, guys, we're going to jump to a quick commercial break, and when we get back, we will be in the final game of the All or Nothing Invitationals. See you soon. Hello and welcome back, guys, to the final of the final, and as we jump into the game, boom, there's the pause. Fantastic. And also really important to point out before we go further is that Tarek is sporting the pink Tarek skin, which is manly as heck. So, okay, now we can proceed. Please don't gang me there. Yeah. Global Torn. Honestly, I think he's making the enemy jungler, that being Kotnek, super angry. When on Skarner, he was just trying to get those ganks up all day and it was just not happening. But anyway, guys, as we have this pause, I'd like to, well, plug myself. So if you enjoyed my casting today and you would like to see more from me, go ahead and check out facebook.com/watchyourpulse. That is, What's Your Pulse. And basically, it's just awesome for a new caster like myself to actually feel like I'm doing something right. And if you want to go ahead and check that out and possibly like it, that would be absolutely awesome. And any support from the community is also just great to have. It's just like confirmation that we are doing something right as casters. So now, before I get all sloppy, we are going to jump back into the game. 29 minutes remaining on the pause time, and I'm hoping that it doesn't go for the full duration. We might have to do a Q&A or something like we did last time. But let's take a look at quick look at the composition. So right now, Boots being picked up by pretty much everyone. Supports will probably be going ahead and pick up those 4 wards, which is generally what they pick, and the Fairy Charm, so they can get their goal for 5 items sooner, and probably with a health bot as well, just on their 2.4k gold signifies that both supports have gone for the Greed Mastery, and therefore we'll be going for that 4 ward start. And there we go, we will be jumping back into the game. Like I was like ready, and they've already started unpausing it. Getting into the mood. Oh man, sometimes it's a good thing and not a good thing to not be able to see the chat. So, Lord will be moving down mid with the rest of the team spearheading this charge. And Extinct, as always, is coming out of the laughs. Coming out of the laughs. We'll have everyone fanning out into what I like to call... Sorry? Oh, jump to live, thank you very much. Okay, there we go. And Lolpro down. Okay, so they're fanning out at the moment, looking to defend. Actually, not around the area, so they probably expect that invade. The no pings have gone down. Luna coming in from the side. This could be extremely dodgy. Coming in from the side as well will be seen by the enemy team. Looking to really see if they go for the CC. Leo from Korea popping down that Dazzle and just Flash Ross to follow up along with Cosnex just taking a towel hit. That was a really, really nice flash basically from Luna. He saw them and just panicked. A really nice positioning from Leo. If Luna had actually gone for the exhaust, then he would have been 100% dead, but he was actually able to escape her though, flashing over that wall and getting out of there real fast. So they will actually be carrying on this invade. They have 1, 2, 3 stuns and massive burst damage. Super A's got to be careful though. Flash Ross goes down. Will just barely be missing. Kerp also around that area. And Chemo just still pumping out those laughs. Got a hand to him. He is dedicated on his mission as a squirrel. We will have Alex is just around the area, scouting it out. He knows he's still there. Pings go down as well. And now that they're being spotted, I think they're probably going to go back off. They might actually be looping around. Okay, they've gone straight for their blue. They've predicted they're going straight for the blue. They might loop around and try and get a pick here. Stink's going to see them immediately as he jukes into the brush. Oh wow, I don't think they've seen them. Here comes Lord with the Flash Rods, jumping on Super Rays. 2 versus 4 right now, but they're coming in from the south. Leo from Korea come from the side as well. Got to be careful, he is in the middle of 4 people right now. They could turn their attention onto him. Ignite goes down, Extinct finds an angry Leo from Korea to the side. Ink Tarek to the rescue. Metrox picking up that first blood. And now Cottonex really needs this pull. He is on very low HP. He will need a manly pull from manly Pink Tarek. And Metrox will just go ahead and just farm those minions. Maluna around that area as well. He's committed a lot of times to it, so he also got the ward there as well. So he is looking for the smite steal. He could potentially get it off. Leo from Korea, he actually gets it. Leo from Korea not actually getting the stun off. Super Rays around the area as well, and he will just be supporting him out of it. That's kind of going to hurt Cottonex. He invests a lot of mana down onto it. He's about 45% mana right now, and Maluno needed that. Maluno invested so much time that he couldn't really jump back to his blue buff, which he really needed to start so he could have more sustain in his jungle. He could have started red buff, but that would really hurt him more than it would any other position, and it would take him a long time to actually get back over there. So it was an investment, it was a risk, and the risk paid off. So now he's actually in a better position. They have gotten the first blood, but that's the blue buff denied from Udyr, so that's going to reduce his early ganking ability. He's going to be he's going to be dry on the mana for the early game, which is generally not what you want as Udyr. Generally, you want to have that blue buff so you can sustain yourself to the point where you can get the extra mana, and basically you can sustain yourself when you get into that mid game, and you can just donate your blue buff to the mid lane. That's generally with a lot of junglers. Meanwhile, bottom, a lot of pain coming already onto Lolpro from the Graves, and Graves and Tarek is just a very solid lane in general. You get the stun down, bookshot, and just follow up with the combo. There's very little you can do about it. Obviously, you can get out there if you've got an inbuilt escape or the flash as well, but it's forcing that escape, and of course, the stun will probably have a low cooldown. Anyway, as Tarek, you generally do want to max the shatter. It's kind of like clutch sort of stun that you start off or stun when you need to, but shatter will be the main contributing skill points, or the skill points will be mainly going into that. The fly is flying towards my head. And Shen will be going ahead and taking that to blue buff. Interesting whether he'll actually donate this to Teemo. He might take it by himself, because honestly, early game, getting the extra XP for the jungle is super nice. It'll give him almost nearly a level at this stage. And Lord's also trading off with Extinct. I'm not convinced he'll actually win this trade. Teemo backing off, kind of scared of the minion aggro, coupled with the fact that it could be a jungler near. And as long as he's actually got the egg down, which Lord can actually be super aggressive with, and actually brings him to a higher health as well. So if he's caught in a bad position, then he'll actually have more health to run away with, whereas if he's on low health, then he'll be popped into an egg, he's got to reduce resistances, then he's pinned down for a couple seconds, and then people can follow up. So, in some ways, it's actually good to be egged, which is an interesting way to think about it, but Lord definitely knows what he's doing. It was recently hit 3k elo. They have not got this ward. The Curb actually might have seen him. Not entirely sure. Yeah, I think he's seen him, and he's going to go ahead and back up. Wave's pushing anyway, very little he can do about it. And Freljord just putting some more pain onto Extinct. Not running too dry on mana, he's maintaining his mana pool really quite well right now. Nivea is generally the champion you associate with just having hella mana issues all through the game. A lot of damage once again coming on to Lolpro. And Kerp potentially being dived here by Melino. There's the Shadow Dash, moving into the... Wow, the damage from AP Rengar, from Battle Roar into the second Battle Roar from Ferocity. A lot of burst damage early on, and of course if he scales well, then he'll be doing that to your entire team. Also interesting to note, I'm just looking all over the board. Actually, meanwhile, bottom, Ignite goes down into the snowball. Lolpro also following with some more damage onto Leo with the career. And he will be backing up. Cottonex recalling outside of the brush, but he knows he can do. There's the flash into the Shadow Dash. He knows there's no egg. Quick kill ping picked up. And I believe, as he was jumping in, I probably have to slow it down if I really wanted to take. Actually, Alex is coming in. Flash goes down to avoid some of the turret aggro. Popping the ultimate, looking to jump onto Cottonex. Would be kited just for a split second. But he is seen by the turret, jumping onto Cottonex. Wow. Wow. Melino will be picked up, though. Turret just barely doing enough damage. I think that was just on the cusp of survival. But even so, that damage from AP Rengar is pretty insane, it has to be said. Well, the thing that works with AP Rengar is not just because of the AP scaling. Okay, let's just break it down. Most most Rengar players at the moment are maxing Battle Roar because of the massive resistance it gives him. By going into AP, you're just doing that anyway. So you're not really losing anything in the way you're putting the skill point into. I know a lot of people for the lane dominance really like to put it into the Q, but I know a lot of people just put it into the W, so they scale into that mid game really well, which generally Rengar sometimes has difficulties with. By putting it into AP as well, it's a no-brainer, basically. It's kind of like Ezreal's W. It's just like, it's a no-brainer because it reduces the attack speed, it goes over minions, it's just superior in every way to going into Mystic Shot, which now is debatable because they've reduced the mana cost, but yeah, again, that's a debatable issue because they've changed it up. And again, I suppose with some ways it is debatable, but I still feel the Battle Roar is the way to go with Alex. It's a nice juke from Kerp. And the animation with that leap is way smoother now. Actually, I wonder if they've reduced the time jumping on them. I don't know. Have to check that in maybe a small test. Yeah, I'm waiting for this blue buff to come up. Lord just around the area. Have they mistimed their blue? That could be a thing. No, it took them long to take the blue, didn't it? Because Mulunu came in from behind. Actually, someone flashing up red, and meanwhile, bottom low spread taking a lot of damage along with Metal X. Super Ace was taking the turret just for a second. They will be backing off. What has gone down? Honestly, I'm not sure if I can actually see them. Actually, yeah, I think it can. I think I can just see the edge of it. If they drag it out, trying away from Bluna's grasp, they might be able to stop that from happening. Freljord does not have the egg up just yet. We'll be moving towards the blue, jumping out a bit early, but the fallback ping, or rather, the call on TeamSpeak was probably made that they are around the area. And this could be the first sort of skirmish that we see. Freljord taking a lot of damage from Melino. There's the Shadow Dash, dashing over the wall. Good Crystallize, cutting off from the rest of his team. X will be coming up very soon, but not soon enough. That would be the kill from Melino. Now moving on to this blue buff, and they will be taking out the ward before it manages to stealth. Moving on to the blue buff. This is a big hit right to, and Curve taking a huge amount of damage from Alexis, who has popped his Battle Roar. Look at the resistances, tanked around 5 turret hits from the turret, and is still alive and trucking. Any other character without those resistances would have crumbled, but the resistances right now, let's take a look at the 50 armor, 50 magic resist. That is massive. Curve really wants to jump onto Alexis, but the possibility for him to just double Battle Roar is just way too strong. And oh, that is disgusting. Actually gets the heal as well. Yeah, because there's no cast time on it right now. It's just like, it's not raw, it's just like double cast, straight up. And that's probably why AP Rengar is starting to come back into it now. It makes a lot of sense, because you can just raw instantly. I just had a creepy Lady Gaga moment. But Extinct knows that Freljord's egg will be back up. But he might try to pop it. He has got the blue buff at the moment, and the streams are starting to come out. Rengar being super aggressive, farming behind the turret. Cottonex going to try to punish him for it. Probably the double AP. Battle Roar come out, and the Boulder Strike as well. Actually, maxing the Boulder Strike second, interesting. I guess it makes sense, because if you think about it, he's not really relying on his attack speed. He's looking really from the utility. By maxing the Salvage, you're basically getting the extra attack speed, and you're getting... Actually, no, yeah, it does actually, it does go up. And he gets the extra base damage. But that makes no sense if he's actually going AP Rengar. It's great for the laning phase and extra damage, but now he's taking the turret, you might as well go Boulder Strike. Because, okay, that still scales from AD, but it gives him the utility, and again he gives him the root if he wants to go for that double cast once again. So it makes a lot of sense from his perspective, really, to go into that utility. He has the damage already, really, from that double cast from the W. So again, makes a lot of sense. 5-2 right now from Curse. Eloblade in not the best position. Will have the castness from Anivia, fairly crippled right now because she had two of her blue buffs. Oh no, one blue buff stolen and the first one stolen from Udyr. And Udyr was already behind from that, so obviously not able to gank as much, which you're really looking to do. Interesting, actually, looking what did he put the points into. Okay, so he maxed Phoenix Dance. Something I've seen from a couple of Udyrs recently is because Udyr suffers from this problem, which I like to call bear syndrome, where you basically get to the point in the game where you just fall off, and the reason you fall off is because you can become easily kited by the rest of the enemy team. Basically, you run up to someone, but the bear stance movement speed is just not enough to actually close with your opponents. To some extent, Rengar has that problem, but he has the ultimate to close on them, but then I guess he has Boulder Strike, so he's got a lot to close with them. Udyr, he has Flash, but he's got no gap closer, so what's he going to do? Especially if there's in the jungle, that Rengar has a load of gap closers all day, every day. But... oh, a bit of damage coming down the bottom, but more bumping heads than anything. Once again, at top, Alex popping the... wow, the damage from double Battle Roar. Actually, maybe killing it. Oh, Velu, though. Very low HP. And the Feint was just coming up as well. But, yeah, Alex is the saviour of the day, actually coming in the massive burst damage from the AP. Frelon Lord looking to get the stun. We'll get it onto Extinct. Double damage from that... from that frostbite as well. Hitting the shroom, Frelon Lord will be popped into that egg form, taking some damage from the minions. However, Mule at bottom, full Nunu ultimate. Absolutely disgusting. Lolpro taking a huge amount of damage. Will pick up the kill on the Grazer in the meantime. Kaostv also trying to chase us down, and he's already reaching the problem of being kited. There's a double kill for Shen, and wait a minute. Frelon Lord actually managed to get up onto Extinct before Extinct managed to finish him off. And we'll pick up that kill. Actually, might have to go back and look at that. I don't have time for it at the moment because I do not have a co-caster at the moment to help me out of that. It's fully possible that Teemo could have fell from the minions because he was taking a lot of damage. Well, in fact, he probably couldn't have gotten to the point where he just couldn't take out Anivia fast enough. Anivia just came up and frostbited him in the face. That seems like the most likely choice to me. Blue team will be taking that Drake from the hands, well, that will be from the hands of Curse, and pulling the advantage even further. So they're about 6k ahead. Carbon copy of last game, where they're just constantly pushing down this this advantage and just snowballing it. Hopefully, we have Eloblade actually managing to stop this just onslaught, basically. It just becomes the rolling storm that is Curse. Weird that we saw the same thing happen the first game from Eloblade. Honestly, they had a better start. It worked off best from, and then they snowballed the advantage. So I'm seeing with these teams, and I started the last game, and I wanted to start this game, but Alex is jumping in there. There's the Boulder Strike into the Battle Roar as well. Got the increased resistances. Extinct coming in from the side, and the advanced auto attack. The enhanced auto attack will be taking him down. Kirk coming from the side as well, along with Leo from Korea. Luna looking for the counter initiate as well. Equilibrium strike goes down from the slow. Leo from Korea gets the stun down as well. Alex is coming in from the side, looking to get out those frosty sacks. We'll get the heal portion just for a split second, keeping him alive. Kaostv with the shroom. Oh, the inevitability. Extinct not even auto-attacking him just so he can laugh in his face. Collateral damage in from the bookshot combo. Will be keeping himself alive. Curb, super greed. Tries to get that kill onto Extinct. Not going to happen. Just so he could get the reset and potentially Duke 2 and minion. That will be the ace at 13, almost 14 minutes into the game. And Extinct just going to chain up those laughs. Absolutely incredible play. We are at around 8k ahead, about 13, 14 minutes into the game. That's absolutely incredible. They will be sieging down this mid-turret, Corki pushing down the bottom as well. This is not a good position to be in, especially with Shen, 8-1. Super tanky, what are they going to do about it? He's already got the wit's end. Meanwhile in mid, we do have that Teemo with the not doing too well this game in terms of gold, but the rest of his team is just snowballing out of control. Take a look at this Rengar. He's got the Deathfire Grasp already, he's got the rigid cooldown, which makes a lot of sense because he's trying to get those W's up as soon as possible, and probably going... Okay, he's got the Blasting Wand, got the Amplifying Tome. I kind of... Actually, meanwhile, bottom Logpro has been caught. Buckshot goes down into the smoke screen. Interesting smoke screen because he maybe was juking towards that angle, but he will be Valkyring over the wall. They're unable to catch up with him. Okay, so they didn't manage to pick up the turret, but a lot of damage come onto it either way. So, I'm basically trying to think what they'll be built into. I wouldn't expect that to be a voice staff this early. It could be. Could be a voice staff. They do have double AP on that team, and I suppose Shen does a decent amount of AP damage himself, along with that Vorpal Blade. And I suppose Corki to some extent does as well, because most of his burst damage early on in the game is coming from that AP, because he has a Phosphorus Bomb, I guess not the Gatling Gun, but the Missile Barrage definitely does the magic damage. So... maybe it's centered towards that. It makes kind of a bit of sense in that respect. But I get the feeling I've just mixed something up horribly wrong. And now I've just forgotten it because I'm sleepy. Alex said, oh, the Deathfire Grass. Jumping down, maybe not as much as I was expecting, actually. And I think Curb has some magic resist. Yeah, he's gotten double no magic mantle. Okay. Rengar, wow, the wave clears. All those resistances as well, absolutely insane. He will have maxed out that Battle Roar by now as well. Godnex will be picking that up, and Frelenor picking up the kill on the Teemo. So fast I didn't even see it. Actually going to go ahead and go back and check that. Frelenor goes into lane, Extinct just kind of wandering around. And Frostbite, wow, crystallized into that finish. Wow. Nothing Teemo could do in that situation. But meanwhile, at top, Alex Hitch, Asmaluna jumping onto him with that Stand United. Teemo complaining of lags, I think. Yeah, couldn't move, so... kind of made sense, but he was stunned, so it was difficult to tell at that situation. But meanwhile, at bottom, Ultimate has gone by the Super Rays, not fully charged, but a lot of damage coming from those Missile Barrages as well. Gotta be careful not to be dazzled under the turret, though. Leo from Korea. There's the Buckshot juking over it. I'm not sure if he took the damage or not, or maybe took some of the projectiles. There's a double kill, and 1 kill for Graves in return. 1 kill reclaimed, and that will be the shutdown. So reclaiming some gold there, but they did get the assist on both those supports. Axis trading off for Curb, meanwhile at top. Got the Battle Roar for another couple seconds. He just likes throwing those Deathfire Grass more for harassing than anything. Very interesting as I slow all my words. Extinct taking a huge amount of damage. Maluno popping over the wall as well, just missing that Shadow Dash, rolling up with the Vorpal Blade into the auto attacks as well. He wants that auto attack just so he can egg him. And Curb coming over the wall, he wants him to fall back right now. Extinct popping down the shroom as well. If you want to follow me, you have to go for this shroom. And Frelenor just popping the wall down there as well, just in case they actually force. Extinct right now on Teemo means control. A lot like Zara, a lot like Orianna. And it kind of makes sense. I didn't really think of Teemo as like a control mid till this point, actually. Ultimate has been popped by Alex Hitch. Oh, this is going to be brutal. Double W coming out from Rengar, ripping apart the enemy team. There's the snowball, maybe picking up the kill onto Metalworks. There's the Boulder Strike, picking up the double kill. Curb also in a dangerous situation, but so is Alex Hitch if he gets dazzled. Got to be careful. There's the burst damage. Knight has gone down as well. Capnox coming up from the side as well. There's the shroom. Potentially picking up the kill onto Curb. Them shrooms, inevitability. Frightening. And this is what happened. Actually, Valkyrie coming over the wall, and there's the double kill coming from Teemo. There's the ace once again, and GG well played, being called from the enemy team. 18 minutes into the game, they are just scaling out of control, and they have these types of champions which can do so. AP Rengar, as I was talking about, actually will be the voice staff because they do have the magic resist to boot. I guess makes a lot of sense. And that damage is because of the stealth. He managed to get into that enclosed situation where he could pop up the double W. I like saying that, it's quite fun. The double Battle Roar, which was huge damage, and just ripped everyone apart, just allowing his team to follow up. They didn't actually manage to pick up those kills, and Natural Ultimate has been popped up by Alex Hitch. Huge damage, 50% to 0. He doesn't have the burst right now, but the enemy team will be turning this one around. Collateral damage goes down, kind of tagging the enemy team. They realize his main burst is down. They will be turning this one around. And if you're saying I go 1 versus 4, 22 and 6, about 13k advantage, only 19 minutes into the game, pushing down onto the inhibitor. They have actually picked up the inhibitor. Bottom lane, first choice has not even been picked up yet. Wow, this has been a pretty intense couple of minutes, and honestly, I'm trying to think to myself, how can Eloblade catch up? They're fairly behind right now. I'm generally thinking of Baron. Baron is generally that thing where it's just like, if you can get it, maybe you can get the damage as well. Because what Baron does is weakens everyone who's hitting it. Namely, the person who is tanking it at the time gets reduced magic resist and reduced damage as well, I think. I'm not entirely sure on all the resistances, but the Baron buff itself is 18k in total. So if you add that onto your score, that's probably more than the advances they had, maybe drawing them equal. So you have to think in terms of that, where you, in the terms of gold. Alex is going to go straight into this push. Kirk going to pop down the Equilibrium Strike into the ultimate from Alexage. Impending Doom, double W goes down, ultimate goes down by Stand United, or Maluna popping down Stand United, the Vorpal Blade into the key strike will be picking up that kill very, very quickly. I have to wonder what the cooldown is on Alexage's ultimate. 51 seconds, below 1 minute. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. He has the cooldown for Deathfire Grass as well, and the Ionian Boots. Wouldn't be surprised if he picks up like a blue potion at some point, or a blue elixir, which will bring him to 40%. Actually, no, he's at 40% at the moment. Must have it from Runes and Masteries. Totally forgot to remember about that. But Super Ace coming from the side, and at the stage when you're having to run away from the support, that's not the greatest of things. Extinct coming in from the side as well. Will actually land that stun with the Flash Thrust straight onto two members of Curse. From Korea also trying to body block his way, trying to keep Cutneck safe, but he will be chunked down by that Teemo. Crystallize will go down. Looks like a maxed Crystallize there as well. Cut counter in this shade. Ultimate has been popped by Alexis. This is such a random vote and just ripping apart the enemy team with Wombo combo. That is Luna's ultimate combined with Rengar's W's. GG, well played, coming from all over the board. Super nice to see in this high-O play. That will be the ace, and that will be Curse.EU taking the All or Nothing Invitationals, the 1,000 euros. Wow, it's been a long day, guys. It's been a long day. Yeah, that was kind of crazy. A carbon copy of the last game where they just scaled out of control and it just became absolutely crazy. Nothing the enemy team could really do after they started scaling out of control. And that AP Rengar and the AP Teemo just took me completely by surprise. I honestly did not see AP Rengar doing as well as he did, but it makes a lot of sense because of that hotfix, where basically he can double cast that W instantly. It's straight up burst, and if you think about it, 0.8 on 2 skills, that's basically what a lot of AP mages have anyway, and if you can position yourself and it's AoE as well, it's super strong, and he has the resistance to sustain and keep himself sustained. He basically becomes an AP burster into a tank, so he switches towards halfway through the fight. So you're basically trying to pin him down, but what do you do? It's kind of like Veigar. Do you pin him down at the start, in which case he's probably just going to use his ultimate, use his burst anyway, or do you focus him afterwards, where he becomes a tank? And then what? He doesn't have any more burst, but he becomes a damage soaker. So, what can you do? Yeah, right? Needs to fix AP Alex. AP Rengar Alex, yeah, crazy, crazy deeps. But anyway, guys, that will be the finals. They will be going home with that prize money. I have been Pulse. If you want to check me out, I'm a fairly new cast. If you want to check me out on facebook.com/watchyourpulse, WHATS, your pulse. Yeah, probably easier to put it that way. Same as my YouTube, if you want to check that out, I've got a couple of videos on there. If you want to check out my parody on the Evelyn Champion Spotlight, pretty popular. And I think that's pretty much it. I don't have a co-caster to say anything to add to this, co-caster? No, not at all. So anyway, guys, we will see you next time, or I will see you next time. Big thanks to my streamer, Hexit, who has been streaming the entire tournament. I believe he had a messed up arm today, so props to him for actually carrying on and fighting through the pain to give you these games. So thank you for watching once again, and I will see you next time. Enjoy the rest of your evening or morning.